morning, everybody. I hope you can hear me well. Good morning to the App Promotion Summit 2025 over here in London. Welcome to our session over here. My name is Thomas, this is Andrey, and today we're going to talk about the topic that we're both really passionate about. We're going to talk about what AI can and can't do for your app growth. Before we jump into it, let's take one step back and let's think about the history of marketing, because I think it's clear marketing and app growth is connected. Marketing in the beginning was all about instincts. The one with the best gut feelings, the one with the best understanding for the target audience was creating the best campaigns and was winning the game. After that came data. With the help of data, it was possible to analyze the effectiveness of those campaigns and figure out what is working and what is not. After that came tools. With tools, it was possible to make this even faster, analyze more data, as well as also support with the help of creating campaign. And now we are entering the next stage, deep integration of AI. But let me tell you this, AI won't fix your marketing. AI is like a tool, it's like a hammer. It needs to be used by a human being to really create something. And for today's session, we prepared something really special for you, because we are looking at the topic of AI from 2 points of view. On the one hand side, from the view of a marketer, and on the other hand side, from the view of a scientist. My name is Thomas Kriebernegg. I can look back to more than 20 years in digital marketing. I co-founded the company of AppRadar. I'm leading the AI-powered growth initiatives within the SplitMetrics Agency, as well as supporting within the SplitMetrics ecosystem. And I'm not only a marketer, I'm a practitioner, because I personally launched more than 50 apps and games to the app stores. And next to me, I have Andrey.
Right, so my name is Andrey Rekalo. I'm a data and AI director in SplitMetrics. My background is in mathematics. I worked across many industries before, from quantitative finance to clinical trials analysis, before jumping on the digital marketing industry. And if you can refer to Thomas for the purpose of this talk as the practitioner, call me just the nerd, okay? Now, the truth is also, our marketing team told us that we should get the maximum visibility in this event. So this partially influenced the selection of the speakers. I mean, you cannot get more visibility with this height, right?
Yeah, just also one slide about SplitMetrics. SplitMetrics, the company that we both are working for, the amazing company, I have to say, since my boss is also sitting here, is an ecosystem of AI-driven products and services enabling app growth. We are 160 experts located in 20 countries, and we are working together with some top brands. Interesting side fact, Dmitry, the CEO of Flow, one of our clients, was on stage today as well, and also other members of our clients will be also on stage in other sessions today as well. So we're working together, for example, with Wargaming, Bubble, FreeNow, NordVPN, and many more. We are an official Apple Search Ads partner, or Apple Ads partner, I have to say. And we are managing more than $600 million in annual ad spend. 800 plus clients love us, and it's mutual. We're also very happy for getting great rewards for the work that we're doing, as well as receiving awards for the innovation that we're pushing in this industry. What do we have on the agenda for today, Andrey?
Right, so what's in it for you, the audience? We are going to give you a very brief overview of the current state of AI and how we got there. And the main lesson of this talk would be about how successfully you can apply AI in the context of digital marketing. So if you are new to AI and if you feel a bit skeptical, understandably, hopefully you will end up after this talk with more AI-ready state. And if you are already experienced marketer in terms of using AI, also hopefully we'll give you some additional tricks on how to optimize your ad campaign's performance.
Perfect. So what are we going to talk about today?
AI, generative AI, AI as AI. It uses AI to bring AI.
That was actually
AI.
That was a TLDR of our.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, just jokes aside, yeah, we're going to talk about AI, obviously, yeah. But let's face the truth. I've been in the marketing game since more than 20 years now, and out of a sudden, AI is everywhere. In every presentation, on every website, in every pitch deck, doesn't matter which social media app I'm opening up, AI is really everywhere. And at least for me, I have to say it's super chaotic. There are so many players on the market. On a weekly basis, new tools are being released. On a monthly basis, new models are being released. Left and right, new stuff happening. And at least personally, I'm feeling, to be honest, very overwhelmed from time to time with all this AI stuff happening. So maybe also asking you guys, do you also feel overwhelmed by all this AI stuff happening at the moment? If yes, please raise your hands. Yeah, a little bit more than 50%, I would say. I hope that for you guys, we will be also able to create a little bit more clearance to give you some kind of filter to really check out what is worth and what is not. But long story short, AI is everywhere.
Yeah, so one scary plot for this presentation, right? So if you look at the performance of AI in different domains, and track how it compares against human performance, you can find that actually it already overperformed the human in many domains, from image classification to actually at this point multitask language understanding, for sure. So like this is Skynet stuff, right? Luckily, it doesn't overperform it in terms of intuition. So I in AI stands for intelligence, not for intuition. This is not replaceable. And the good news is that AI is actually not magic, right? It's math. It can be complicated math, but if you know that there are some solid principle and algorithm behind it, and it kind of becomes less scary for you. And in looking at this AI landscape, what is important is to have a critical mind and like critical look at it, and just very pragmatically select what tools will work for your domain, like for apps. Scaling or digital advertising in general. And just to give you a very brief overview of like how we got here at this zoo of AI, proliferation of AI tools. It all started back in 1950s, where already people set up frameworks and like foundation for further development of AI. And like 79, 80 years ago, in 1956, a bunch of people sat at what is now known as Dartmouth workshop, where it was a bunch of mathematicians who said, like, look, in a couple of months, if we work on it diligently, we can generally solve the AI problem, like understanding on the human level and also self-learning system. Like, how naive was that, right? However, the progress never stopped, although it was like probably the first hype back in 1950s. But then it was something that was called AI winter, when people started to lose enthusiasm because no breakthroughs actually happened. But progress happened nevertheless, and technically it evolved through 1970s and 80s, and starting from 1990s, the increased power of computers allowed people actually to do substantial data mining, which helped in marketing campaigns, to optimize them and to find meaningful segments of customers, right? Of course, it exploded with the advent of internet in notice, and the big players such as Google and Facebook, which was known by that name at the time, produced things like Google AdWords and Facebook ads, which of course started or were pioneered in this domain in utilizing stuff like machine learning and massive data analysis to optimize their campaigns, right? And fast forward to 2010s, and you see that the players like Amazon and Netflix started to come up with even more sophisticated targeting. This is also the age when the conversational AI started to appear. Think Alexa, think Siri, and now in 2020s, 2.5 years ago, we had this what seemed to be a revolution with the appearance of ChatGPT, and of course another wave of hype. But this is actually, as you can see, it's not a revolution. It was just a result of development and one breakthrough in one particular domain of AI. So what I presented you is an evolution, actually.
I would go even one step further, and I would call it a revolution. Because recently I'm having many conversations with friends and industry peers, and we're all kind of philosophing around the question, how will the future look like with all this AI stuff happening? What will be the task for us humans? What will we be doing in the future? And I think I can draw quite a good similarity to another revolution that happened, to the Industrial Revolution, to be precise. What we can see here in phase number 1, this was the invention of the assembly line by Henry Ford back then. What you can see on the photo here is cars and many people around manufacturing and building those cars. 80 years forward, we are seeing hybrid work, where you can see a human who is controlling a very heavy machine and doing a very heavy task, so it's working together. Phase number 3, looking into modern assembly lines, you will see a lot on this picture, but what you won't see is a human on this picture, because the humans are sitting somewhere else and are kind of controlling and guiding this machine. And I think that this will be also very much a similarity of what we are experiencing now for what we call knowledge work, which we're all kind of part of. So also looking forward into a future where we will be guiding the machines and hopefully not the other way around. And next to us two nerds here on stage, I would say, there's another third nerd as well, and other nerds out there as well, like Bill Gates, for example, who was also saying that in his lifetime, he has seen 2 demonstrations of technology that really struck him as revolutionary. It was on the one hand side, the graphical user interface, and on the other hand side, it was ChatGPT. But as mentioned, ChatGPT, as well as other generative AIs, are amazing, but they are far away from perfect. Back in the 2022, when ChatGPT was released, I remember back then I was spending, I think, 5 or 6 hours straight just using ChatGPT and trying to figure out what I can do with it and what I can't. After a couple of minutes, I already knew, okay, this was revolutionary and this is going to change the world as we have seen before. However, I also stumbled over many use cases which I couldn't solve and still cannot solve today. So for example, telling ChatGPT, hey, optimize my long description for Google Play, incorporate a new keyword which I want to be found for within the search, look at the keyword density, try to figure out the character limits, stay in line, forget it. It's not working. With a little bit complicated automation maybe, but it's not working with a single prompt, and even if this prompt is very detailed, it's also not working. Also for ads, for example, you can use generative AI to help you create ad copy. It can help you create headlines. It can help you create many variations very fast, but it's not capable of creating emotional big idea campaigns. For copywriting as such, also continuing, you can write product descriptions, you can create feature descriptions, but without guiding the AI will not understand your tone of voice and your brand tone. You can also use AI to brainstorm app ideas as well as to brainstorm feature ideas, but AI will not fix your product market fit. So what we can see here is, I would say that from my personal experience, I would say 2 years ago I said with AI you can get to the 80% result. Nowadays I would say with the help of AI you can get to the 90% result. But since we're all working here in the industry, and I assume that all of us are pushing for the stars and want to be the best, 90%, let's face the truth, it's not enough. We need to go for the 100%, which means that we human beings still need to finish the last 10%. But it's for sure that we can save really a lot of time with the help of AI. Andrey, what do you think about how would you describe AI in the current state?
Yeah, so AI for me is like a brilliant intern, a perfect intern, which never sleeps, never complains. Can you imagine that? But occasionally it puts coffee in your keyboard instead of your cup, right? So supervision is needed. And but look at this, this table with caution, because this is the current state of affairs. Who knows where we'll be in 1 year?
Exactly.
Speaking about the revolution in AI that Thomas referred to, it was mainly confined to one segment of AI, which is generative AI. It's not all of AI by no means. And this ease to create texts, photos, and even videos by a simple prompt is staggering, of course, right? But this revolution does not necessarily help you solve all problems you have in digital marketing, absolutely not. And when you talk about AI in the context of app marketing, it's a simple but useful classification over here, right? So you can think about generative AI, you can speak about conversational AI, again, think of your favorite or most hated chatbot, and but also there are things like analytical AI and predictive AI, right? So these two beasts are actually the subsets of AI that are focused on hard data, structured data. And this is the flavors of AI, if you will, that are used in our Samba AI models dedicated to campaign optimization, like bid management, budget management, etc. Right? So this is where our AI offering lives now at the moment.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Andrey, and taking this ball over. And Andrey already teased a little bit what we have been working at SplitMetrics. Long story short, we've been working on our own AI models, which we're calling internally Samba. And it's really a pleasure for me to be here on stage today and to share this information with you, because this is really innovative and revolutionary and the first of its kind in the industry that we're working in. So if we compare the old way of how to set up your Apple search ads campaigns, or Apple ads, how we call it nowadays, is a lot of human involvement. It all starts with keyword research, then it comes the next step, setting up some goals. After that, you define some conditions, try to obviously create smart conditions. Once you found smart conditions, you try to transform them over into automations. So you have already a little bit of the machine working at this stage, but nevertheless, you as a human being have to adjust those automations, as well as you have to adjust the campaigns, you have to measure them, you have to check them out. So long story short, even though that there are tools out there that can take you away some of the work, you as a human being still have to put in a lot of the work to really make Apple search ads work for you. Now, looking at the right-hand side, the new way. The new way only needs one input from you as a human being, and that is what do you want to achieve as a goal? Should it be a CPA goal, or should it be a ROAS target? What is then happening in the background is that our Samba AI model is collecting the data from 60 market signals in real time. Based on these signals, it defines a strategy, executes on this strategy, does real-time bidding on your keywords, analyzes the results of those keywords, takes the results, optimizes the model, and this continues on and on and on. So this means this model is really self-learning and really understands what to do to achieve this goal. In comparison, a lot of human work involved. In comparison, the new way, you just set your goal and you more or less let the machine run. I think this is really super, super revolutionary when we think about it, because this is really the future. We also have a case study, which is not the best or easiest to read, I would say, but maybe, Andrey, you will be able to kind of describe what we see here.
Yeah, let me walk you through this chart and what you see here. So this is actually a snapshot of the performance of one of ad campaigns managed by a Samba model for one of our clients. And we don't display figures over here. I cannot name the name of the client for now, or otherwise I'll have a short conversation with an HR person soon. And so what you see here is the blue line is the actual realized CPA, right? So cost per action. And the red line stands for the target CPA. So if you remember the previous slide, this is basically the only essential parameter you need to set up when you are activating bid management strategy, AI strategy for your ad campaign. And what you can see here is the red line starts where the campaign was turned on, obviously. So what you see that first, the overall volatility noticeably reduced, right, after you activated this thing. And secondly, you see that the user was actually not a passive one, so they changed the target CPA quite a few times, and they reduced it basically. So they got more and more greedy, right? So how can they buy more stuff more cheaply? And you see that the AI basically diligently followed this new instruction, and also reduced the actual CPA over the time, yeah, and it practically never overstepped this target CPA, yeah. Now, if you look at another possible application of Samba models that is also implemented in SplitMetrics Acquire platform, this is what we call bid simulator or bid landscape, you can call it, right? So imagine you have an ad campaign made of your favorite brand keywords, and or otherwise very high spending keywords, right? And it may be under some automation rule, or maybe you have a user acquisition manager assigned to it who manages manually, because it's very high spend campaign. And imagine that you have a tool that allows you actually to look forward and to see like what you're going to get in terms of spend and events or conversions the next day, like tomorrow. And you know it today already. So you can either prepare yourself for start of high season, or you can tweak, you can integrate this into an automation rule. And of course, if you can predict it with 100% accuracy, you own the world. If you can predict it with 80% accuracy, you kind of dominate the world, right? So it's already very helpful. And here you can produce the predictions of spend, events, and CPA for one day and forward, not only for your CPT bid, but also for a range of bids like around this value, plus 50%, minus 50%. And you can try to make sense for yourself. Does it make sense to keep this CPT bid, or you want to change it, right, with this tool?
Perfect. Going to explaining the third phase of our Sambo model. As mentioned, so far we have been shown a case where we've been optimizing for a CPA target. But also as mentioned in the introduction of the model, we are also able to optimize for a ROAS target. What we can see here on this example is that within a test example with one of the apps that we have been testing this, we have been able to achieve a tremendous increase of the performance while keeping the budget at the same level. So this really means the input was the same. We were spending the same money. However, we were getting 55% higher ROAS out of it, which also translated to 55% more revenue, which in my eyes, once again, is tremendous innovative because there was no human involved. Let me correct this sentence a little bit. No human involved is maybe not the right sentence, yeah? Because actually there is a lot of human brain power involved to build those models. And I think also this is something that we at SplitMetrics had the unique situation to do so, because on the one hand side, we're having an amazing tech team with amazing AI people working there. But on the other hand side, we are also managing a lot of Apple search ads for our clients, hands-on within our agency, within our teams, where we have a lot of experience. Many of our UA managers are also receiving international awards for being the best in their work. So this means we were really putting together a lot of human brain power to make those models work. But now, as we can see here, they work. But let's see a little bit under the hood. But please don't tease all our secrets, Andrey. That would be great.
Sure. A quick show of hands, if I may. Who noticed that AI could actually help optimize the performance of your ad channel? Yeah? Okay, so if you didn't raise your hand, you should definitely speak to one of us after this session, right? If you raised your hand, like, are you sure it's not due to seasonality? Because AI loves to take credit for Christmas also, yeah? Now, talking about the internals of Sambo models, there are like few things to it, right? I don't want to overwhelm you, of course, but like the most important and basic stuff starts from the data layer, right? So it's what you put into your AI system. So in our case, this is a combination of many data sources, from external market data to like our own proprietary data. And I mean, this is something that is based on over 60 different market signals. So ranging from search popularity to recent bid changes to like recent number of impressions keyword got, etc., etc. And how they were selected, these signals. So partially based on data analysis and partly based on the collaboration with UA managers that Thomas mentioned before, because we really wanted to go deep and talk to experts and understand like what would be an important signal for you when you manage your ad campaign. What kinds of things you would look into in order to understand what's really going on the market in terms of competition, in terms of previous history, and where we are likely to move further. After the data collected, it's need to be prepared, like cleansed and structured in such a way that it's AI ready. And that's when it's fed into the AI systems, which do their magic, or in fact math, and generate predictions for like each keyword of expected spend and expected number of conversions or revenue for a range of bids. And then we can select the kind of the optimal combination out of it. And that's the optimization block here. And then it goes automatically into the system, and the bits start to be applied, and the optimization loop repeats at the next cycle. Yeah. Right. So This slide I really love because it gives us a chance to speak about probably 3 competitive advantages of SplitMetrics in this domain. So, where do we start? Like, as a user, we don't want to overwhelm you with like anything hard. The hard job is for you actually to know like what's your North Star metrics, like what's important for your business. Hopefully you already know this. Then when you start working, as I explained, with the data, you collect the data. This is something like truly special. Imagine this conference is populated with industrial spice, which can basically steal everything. I'm not afraid. By the way, for the record, it's not true. Yeah? but I'm not afraid because even if you like steal our technology and completely reproduce the models, it would be useless for you unless you also steal the data, right? So without our proprietary data, it's you won't get the same results. It's for sure. Now, at the next step, when you actually have to develop and refine the technology, we rely on our technical team, of course, which is like currently we have 4 PhDs in mathematics and 1 Kaggle Grandmaster, so the top person in terms of data science competition in the world level. And this is not all. Like this is probably the second advantage, and the third advantage, and I would call unfair competitive advantage, is the collaboration between the agency, UA managers, experts, and the technical team. So they kind of first early users of the system and give very early and very useful feedback to us. But then they also, the people who tell us, look, use probably this signal, have you thought about that? And not only we build a tool for them, but they actually help us improve the tool by providing this feedback. And we like have weekly sessions with the dedicated teams who give this feedback to us and allow us to iterate very quickly. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Andrey, for showing us also under the hood. And to recap our session, let's go over some key takeaways that we have here. First of all, as we learned, AI isn't magic, it's mathematics. The real magic happens when you combine AI with expert teams.
Yeah, and AI has been evolving for a long time, but you really started to observe the takeoff very recently.
Think of AI as a very motivated intern. He's fast, he's tireless, and always learning, but not perfect.
And you can think of generative AI, and it's true, it's just one type of AI. It probably collects 95% of all hype, but it's not all is there, and it's useful. It's useful to keep in mind that you should use the right tool for your job, right?
And don't forget, you can already put AI to work today to optimize your Apple Search Ads campaigns or your Apple Ads campaigns to support you hitting your ROAS and CPA targets. If you're interested in that, please visit us at our booth number 2, where we also have a contest where you have the chance to win a workshop with our AI team for you and your team. Thank you very much for the attention.
Thank you.